So inflammation, and that really is very much with arthritis. So that could be arthritis and gout. So we go through the laws. Oxygen is an anti-inflammatory. Sunshine, even though sunshine's hot, it moves blood. And when you get blood in and out of the area, that can reduce inflammation. And number 3, cease all chemicals which can feed inflammation. You see what we use as our guideline? Early nights. Exercise. What type of exercise can you have for someone with inflamed joints? Swimming. That's right. No jarring. Must be no jarring. So no jarring, and there's no jarring in swimming. But when you run, there's jarring. So rebounding. And the other exercise where there's no jarring is the exercise bike. So again, you find out what the person can do and will do. Number 6. Diet. So what would be the best foods? With inflammation, we need to get the lectins out. Is that right? So need to be mindful of exposure to lectins. So what group of vegetables would we eliminate in the inflammation?
Tomato.
The nightshades, yeah? Eliminate the nightshades, which is tomatoes, capsicum, eggplant, and white potato. So then it's important to bring them in alternatives. So what will I have in my salad? You can have avocado, you can have grated carrot, grated beetroot, celery, lettuce. What can I have for my bakes? Baked pumpkin, baked sweet potato. Eliminate the nightshades. So it sounds like we've also got to eliminate the 5. Eliminate the 5. We'll just say the 5. The 5 must go because the oats and the wheat are the highest lectin foods. Do they have to eliminate legumes? What have they got to do with the legumes? Well soaked, well rinsed, dirty water away, and ideally, if possible, pressure cooked. Because the pressure cooking, what does that do to the lectins? Destroys them. And what's another way we can help to prevent the lectins getting into the blood? Because remember, when they get into the blood, they increase the inflammation. What's that barrier that can disarm them? It's our gut flora. Yeah, so you might daily sauerkraut, yogurt. Miso. What some people like is maybe on some crackers have a light spear of miso and then avocado on that. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. Miso is very nice, mixed with a little water and put in with your lentils. Gives a very nice flavour. What sort of on the pH scale? What sort of foods are they best to concentrate on? Alkaline foods. Yeah. So what are your two lectin-free grains? Millet and sorghum. So your alkaline foods, concentrate on them. It doesn't mean you can't have rice. Doesn't mean you can't have chickpeas, but just try and make most of the food the alkaline foods. But what drink would really alkalize? The green drinks, but also your 80% carrot, 10% celery, and 10% apple. That's a very alkalizing drink. And about 40 years ago, there was a popular book called How to Eliminate Arthritis. And the writer advocated having 2 or 3 of those drinks a day because their ability to alkalize. And green drinks. So 10 food. Well, basically we've done food there, haven't we? So I'll include in there, you want high fibre, generous proteins, and your healthy fats. So you might type up a acid-alkaline balance to give them, to show them. You might also type up a lectin program to show how they can get their lectins levels down, or their exposure to lectins. And you might even start a program in your computer where you'll have like a template and you can adjust it per person and print out a program for them. And that's where it's nice to have the 8 laws as your format. Getting to 7, hydration. Number 11, assess stress. Number 12, what could someone take as a supplement if they had a lot of inflammation?
Cocoa.
Pardon?
Cocoa meal?
Cocoa?
No, cocoa meal.
Turmeric?
Turmeric. Oh, sorry, this was for me.
And take that as supplements. That's very good for inflammation. What could they do if they had painful joints? Ginger. And remember to give them a word of caution. Don't overdo it. Ginger poultice.
But also internally.
Yeah, I find turmeric a bit more potent internally, but it wouldn't hurt to sip on ginger tea.
What happens if you overdo it?
The skin gets irritated. So you'll do it for maybe 2 or 3 hours a day. If someone does it overnight, that's perfectly fine, but maybe the next night they'll do castor oil. Then the next night ginger. Because remember, if there is inflammation in the joint, the skin can get very hot. And if you put it on just before you go to bed, then the person might wake in a couple of hours with, my knee's on fire. So that's why we put it on, say, 6 o'clock. If they're going to go to bed at 9 o'clock, by 9 o'clock, I always say to them, how does it feel? And if they say, it's a bit hot, I think I'd like to take it off, that's fine. If they say, it feels so good, can I leave it there? Perfectly fine. Remember the lady that changed her ginger poultice every 6 hours, non-stop? And by the end of the third session, the knee was swollen and the skin inflamed and blisters. She just overdone it.
Would garlic be a help in this situation?
Well, I have heard of one medical missionary who suggested garlic on inflamed joints, and it blisters. And they claim that when the blisters break, a lot of the uric acid is coming out, but it sounds like a bit of a harsh treatment to me. And so then a person's got all these painful blisters.
But take it internally, eat it.
You could take it, yeah. Again, if the person can take it. But it's not as powerful with inflammation as is the turmeric. Yes?
For this one too, I guess alternate comfrey and castor oil.
Yes.
And also do hot and cold.
Yes, we'll put 14 up here. Hot and colds can certainly bring relief. And comfrey. Comfrey can stimulate healing to that area, and remember the castor oil can cleanse the area. I mean, some might put ginger one night, comfrey another night, castor oil another night. Again, you're looking for response. Yeah?
If the joint has deteriorated, would it be a good idea to use the components of soft bone to try and build it up? Or would that work at all?
It can. It can. That is true. But to help to build it up again, you want blood supply in there. And you also want to get inflammation down. And that's where the comfrey can come to help rebuild. And if it's difficult to wear the comfrey poultice to the area, the comfrey cream, applying the comfrey cream several times a day.
What is your experience with MSM?
I don't have experience with that, with the MSM. It's a mineral supplement, isn't it?
Organic sulfur.
Organic sulfur.
So it's not MMS, it's MSM, organic
MSM.
sulfur.